Oh hey, what's up guys? I'm gonna answer some comments today because it's been a little while since I have gotten back to some of y'all. I do read all comments, I don't always see them right away, but I do appreciate you guys watching my videos and leaving feedback and just engaging with the content. Kartak965 had this to say on my Gachi Akita video. I agree with you, lots of manga slash anime YouTubers call everything and anything the most amazing thing since sliced bread to get more views when in reality, the series they overhype are okay at best. And LOL at the people in your comments that argued you made your review too early. Since when is 21 chapters not enough to properly develop a story? I guess 21 chapters is long enough to call something a masterpiece, but not long enough to call it average. People's standards nowadays are so low, it hurts. Yes, I do think this is a problem with critiquing media. Thank you for watching and commenting, by the way. But Gachi is one of the main offenders of this. When the series first came out, there were so many people jumping on it, they thought it was the next big thing. Now, Gachi is an okay series. It took time to get to that point, but even 80 chapters of an okay series doesn't mean it's anything close to a masterpiece. This shit is mid, and I really wish Battle Shonen fans didn't take so much offense when people were criticizing their series. And again, most Battle Shonen fans are kids, and I think a lot of them also don't have many hobbies outside of anime or manga. If someone doesn't care for the Warriors or they want to talk shit about the Raptors, I'm not really pressed. You know, I know it's a sport, and that's kind of the fun in it too, right? You can like the medium, which is basketball, a sport, but you don't have to like the teams or the players. I really fuck with manga. I don't fuck with gachi too much. For some people, they see that, they don't appreciate it. They think that if you're not calling something peak, then you don't like it. I'm starting to see this behavior creep up more and more in all anime scenes. I really do not like this aspect of the anime community. Aaron said in my Hunters Guild video, maybe I should redo that video. It's been a couple years now. As someone who wants to make a manga, I know the most important chapter is the next chapter. I feel the writer here was thinking too far down the road and it cost him. Training arc was too soon and the world was bland. Call me crazy, but when did these universes become so bland? Oh my god, I agree with you. I don't know what happened. Universes nowadays are really simple. There's no depth to them. Like, it's an afterthought for many creators. They just kind of get an idea of what would be popular. Does it fit into urban fantasy, exorcist? Oh, it does? Perfect, run with it. They don't develop the world. A lot of them think once they get the position that they're safe. Shueisha will see them out for a long series. They're planning their 50th chapter, their 100th chapter. Many of them don't even make it past 20 or 30, which is what happened with Red Hood. There was just too much shit happening that didn't contribute to the aspects of the story that would have made it better, which was lore and world building. The mangaka was setting up so many things to happen 20, 30 chapters down the road that you were reading chapters in the now, not caring about anything that was going on. That's why Red Hood falls apart so quickly. And a lot of shonen manga nowadays, they're falling apart as quickly because of the same problems. I think this is going to carry on into the 20s. Artists are so creatively bankrupt nowadays. JR had this great comment to say about my gekikou kamen video. The manga just posted new chapters, and god, Otoya became such a badass in the latest. I'm surprised there are only a few YouTubers talking about this. To be honest, I didn't know any other YouTubers were talking about this series. I came across it because I like the mangaka's work, and I also like a lot of the series that are running in that magazine. But yeah, I'm surprised. I put out that gekikou kamen video like a year ago, maybe more than a year ago, and no one has really picked up on the series. It's fucking good. I really think it's something that maybe it wouldn't get an anime adaptation, but it could end up on a lot of people's top 10, top 20 list. The way the story is unraveling itself, it really is one of the strongest ongoing mysteries right now. Thank you for watching the video. I'm going to make another gekikou kamen video within the next few days, so I'll be all caught up on the series. This one comes from IceGaze88 and Animan. IceGaze says, terrible take from Kiro as usual. I come here for laughs, not to take this seriously. Animan follows up with, yeah, he seems way off, almost like he's a painter trying to judge a singer's voice. Like, you think you know what you're saying, but to anyone who actually knows, yeah. IceGaze has been in my comment section before, and this is exactly what I meant from earlier. When you have readers who, they only digest battle shonen, they don't know that much about manga, but they think they know a lot. So when their opinion of a series is different from a creator, they push back and they think that the creator is wrong. Ice Gaze doesn't point out any flaws in my thinking or my videos, but then again, this is what happens when you review popular series. You're always going to get super fans who want to push back. Animan's point is absolutely right though. I am a multidisciplinary artist, so I'm going to look at art from a lot of different views. I do understand the visual aspect of art well, but I do music. I have a lot of experience in the comic book industry, and I'm very familiar with the production of comics and what it takes to have a good ongoing series. It's a viewpoint that I have that's very well developed and very commerce influenced. I have a feeling that maybe Animan and Ice Gaze, you guys don't have the strongest commerce sense when it comes to manga. This isn't a diss, by the way. I just legitimately think a lot of people don't realize that manga, especially popular manga in these big magazines, it is a product, and that's something not a lot of other AniTubers do. They don't look at like the full scale of what it means to put out a manga with a big company. So yeah, that's the change that I wanted to see in the AniTube community. Some more realistic commerce-based opinions that are rooted in an opinion that's built off of more than just reading manga. Russian engineer. In my Kagurabachi is midvid. A flashback within a flashback is a classic Russian modern trick. Also, you have to do it several times and in fast succession to get the maximum effect. That's funny. I thought that entire flashback thing in the first Kagurabachi chapter was really shit. And, you know, I just got caught up in News Exorcist, and yeah, it does the exact same thing, but actually worse. What is up with people and flashbacks today? Thank you for watching my videos, by the way. I see you commenting often. Like I said, I don't get to every single comment, but I do see what you write. So thank you so much for being a subscriber. If you have any recommendations for Russian media, please leave it in my comment section. I've gotten a couple comments about manga that isn't very popular, like Kedamonotachi no Jikan or Super Ball Girls. I really appreciate your boy Handman and Wanted Savage for commenting on these videos. Yeah, I would love if more people caught on to these series. I don't purposefully seek videos that other people aren't doing or manga that people aren't covering. But I think when you consider the hard work of the scanlators, the hard work of the mangaka, the possibility of these series getting some more traction and then being brought overseas legally in a couple years, if not sooner, that's kind of like what I seek out. Good series that don't have a lot of shine. I'm not doing it for the views. I'm really just doing it because I would love if more people knew about this manga. I would love if more people knew how unique this series is compared to other similar series in more popular magazines. I'm reading about 70 manga right now. Most of them are ongoing. I cycle through them obviously, but I'd say Super Ball Girls is one of my favorites. Kedamonotachi I haven't gotten caught up on, but I am planning on making another video for it within the next few weeks, maybe a couple months. Let's see. Doofy also commented on my Super Ball Girls video. I have a strong aversion to reading ongoing manga, but I think you've sold me on this one, so I'll make an exception. Doofy, thank you so much for watching my stuff. Love you, love your Yu-Gi-Oh videos. I completely understand having an aversion to doing ongoing, because you never know how it's going to end, you never know what direction the series is going to go in. I used to avoid ongoing series too. Now I do read more ongoing than completed because it's, I don't know, it's something about the accessibility of newer manga for me. It's easier for me to read it anywhere or everywhere, you know? With older series, a lot of times I'm looking to try and get the best quality scans or a more recent translation, and that's not always the case. But hey, manga's manga. Thank you again for coming by the channel. Super Ball Girls is really good. Dread had this to say about Hope You're Happy Lemon. Hey, I already have trouble kinda keeping up with all the anime and manga that I consume. Don't need an articulate and heartfelt review for a body swap rom-com that I put down after a couple chapters. It's nice, but already have too much on my list. Bro, listen, like I just said, I'm reading so much rom-coms right now. I'm reading so many series. The only reason I really like Lemon is because it's a series that does everything kind of by the book, but it does it very well. I'm okay with utilizing tropes that are regurgitated within a genre or a demographic often, so long as you do it well. And Lemon does that. I really like the character design, the writing is great. It feels like a relatable story that I could have possibly gone through, minus the magic body swapping, when I was the character's ages. I don't always have that sort of connectivity to other rom-coms, which is why I really like Lemon. Hopefully you can come back to the series after a few months or so when you've cycled through some other manga that you're reading, because I think it's definitely worth it. Thank you for watching the video. Back to Kagurabachi as mid, the Dude Productions said that they're really interested to see where it goes and how far it's gonna last. This looks like it has potential. It's alright so far. The pacing needs to slow down, but the stage that it's in, I don't think it can slow down. Yeah, I don't think it can either. The mangaka doesn't want to get cancelled. Kagurabachi's doing okay in TOC. I know a lot of people will argue that TOC ultimately doesn't matter. I would argue back and say, show me a manga that stayed in the bottom of TOC for a long period of time that wasn't abruptly cut at some point. I think Kagurabachi is okay though, if it can start developing the characters and create characters that make readers like me who, you know, I don't really support a series that's mid or bland. But if there's one or two characters that stand out a lot, that's enough to convert me into a long-term reader. I think Kagurabachi needs to do that. It doesn't have to be some ecchi chick. It doesn't have to be some moe girl. It just needs to be someone who's interesting and entertaining. I'm not really getting that from the MC right now, which is to be expected when you give your MC a face like this, with a stupid fucking scar, and a sword that's bigger than his body. Come on, you could have done so much better. I still fuck with Kagurabachi, and I would like to see it do well. Alex had this very kind comment on my Alien 9 video. I wish the mangaka would get into writing manga again. You should try out the work he did after Alien 9, Milk Closet, if you get the chance. I have heard of Milk Closet before. I've never looked into it. I'm afraid to search it up because my nhentai search history is already very grim. But I'm definitely going to give this a chance. Thank you for the recommendation. Also, your follow-up comment, I wanted to say that it's been nice seeing more videos from you lately. I prefer to lurk, but it's been a nice addition to my schedule. Thank you so much. I really genuinely appreciate comments like that. The same for me. Throughout my day, I like to be able to watch videos in a timely manner from my favorite creators. Moist Critical is one of my influences, which is why I'm trying to do daily content now. I also think that with the way YouTube is nowadays, you have to do content very often if you want to grow. I also have a lot to say about anime, manga, comics, and manhwa right now. So comments like this, I really do appreciate. For anyone watching who likes my content, it's alright if you lurk. You don't have to leave likes or comments or anything like that. But so long as you are enjoying the content, I'm happy. If there's ever like a manga that you want me to read or an anime you want me to watch or even a topic that is something of interest to you that maybe I could cover, please feel free to write it in my comment section or reach out to me on Twitter. I definitely want to go a lot harder with the content this year. I'm a marketing director IRL and I work mostly with content creators, so I often get burnt out from the constant grind of making shit. However, I have more time for myself right now and I'm gonna funnel that energy into making anime content for the community. Thank you again, Alex. Appreciate you. Gloria had this to say about an older video, one that I think I will revisit. It was one of my better performing videos in the first year of my channel, Modern Anime Sucks. I'm an old school anime and manga fan, and this pretty much drives home how I feel about the present state of anime and manga. It's nothing like it used to be. The only way you're going to get me to watch anime again is to bring back the feeling of the old school in terms of storytelling and subject matter. Yeah, absolutely, same here. I like manga more than anime today, and I still enjoy modern anime. Personally, I think anime as an industry is a much better place than it's ever been. Just because there's so much more product doesn't mean that we haven't gotten even more shit. There is a lot of series out there that are absolute dog shit. There are some manga that I'm reading right now that I refuse to make videos for because I think they're so bad. A lot of modern manga reads as if the mangaka is trying to create a pitch for an anime. They're not really thinking or taking advantage of the medium of manga. They're more so thinking, 50 chapters, 100 chapters down the road. This arc is going to be a great intro. This training arc is going to do things that no other training arc is doing right now. This arc is short enough to be made into a movie. This arc is long enough to be like, you can tell. It's very obvious. And I'm not sure if that's the mangakas who are doing it themselves or if it's editorial telling them maybe set up your series like this so it could be pitched or digested or animated a bit differently or easier. But it is very obvious. It's the same thing that's been happening with comics for the last 20 years. A lot of decent stories, some okay plot points, poor executions, and a willingness, a hopefulness, with fingers crossed that some studio will see the manga, they'll see the source material, and think, yeah, we can adapt this and make a lot of money off it over the next 5 to 10 years. Mugen Train and JJK Zero being the successes that they are will definitely impact a lot of manga going forward, especially shonen. It's going to make it hard for us older heads who really appreciated the storytelling and the commitment to telling a strong story within the medium of anime. It'll be hard for us to come back to modern day series when all they are is just a checklist of things to do, and every episode has like that one iconic moment that's going to be memed and spoken about on Twitter. That doesn't make for strong storytelling. That doesn't make for good production. That's not good anime and manga, in my opinion. I really hope it comes back though. I'm praying that we get strong storytelling in anime again. Sky had this to say about Kanen-sama. By the way, I'm extremely disappointed by it. It's really fallen off so hard. I think this comes more from people saying, oh, it's ecchi, so it shouldn't have a story, or it's stupid, or say it's being disingenuous. You understand most of it, so maybe they decide, well, people just don't care about the story and let's just focus on fan service because people are dismissing it. We know the vocal part are always listened to as to why ecchi or harem fan service animes just don't try like they used to, because, well, people will always dismiss it and call it stupid anyways, so why even bother? Yeah, this ties into the last comment. Things are so different today than they used to be. Like, look, a lot of people like Dragon Maid, right? I don't like Dragon Maid. It's just too easy. The jokes are way too direct. Nothing is earned. I believe fan service needs to be earned. I think ecchi needs to reward the reader, not just gift it to us. Kanen-sama started off like that. It started off with rewarding you for getting past the silliness because you would see something very cute and wholesome happening between this young couple. It wasn't just about big titties and fat asses. It was about showing the early stages of a relationship from a dude who genuinely loves this really hot girl and a hot girl who doesn't know how to reciprocate those feelings, but she also genuinely likes this good guy. Kanen bringing her boyfriend to her family should have been a very good arc, because how many ecchi harem romance series do we see that introduce the main character to the family as the boyfriend? Manga has changed. Readership has changed. We are smarter. We can consume and digest content a lot better than back in the day. Ecchi needs to try harder. When it falls back to these stupid regurgitated tropes for no reason, it makes me feel that the mangaka is trying to play it way too safe. And Sky, I agree with your comment. It's just, I don't know, like I don't really see how this changes, right? So many people push back against fan service because rightfully a lot of the modern fan service series aren't that good. If they just tried a little bit more, if they trusted the audience a bit more, if they gave us some more credit and realized, hey, the loudest voices aren't the smartest minds, you don't have to listen to them, maybe harem manga would be in a better place. Even though I've grown out of harem, I don't want to see it go away. I like ecchi just like any other dude. I just can't have it thrown at me anymore. I want to see a series like Love Hina again, or Tenchi Muyo. Those were really good ecchis. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. I really appreciate it. Please feel free to comment in any of my videos, recommendations, or any thoughts that you're having. I'll try and get back to y'all either through video form, or if I have the time and I get back to it right away, I'll respond back in the comment section. I really appreciate everyone. Happy holidays. I hope you're doing well. Look forward to more content from me, and I'll see y'all around. Take it easy.